Hey YouTube, Moose Cow here, back with another recap video of our game after a brief hiatus. We just did round 5 and we had about 4 or 5 days off. Rick wasn't feeling well for a few days. He's feeling much better now, and Mike had some conflicts as well, so we just had to postpone for a little bit. But we're back at it. So this is a recap of round 5. First things first, here's the boneyard dish. Casualties for the round. As you can see, a lot of Chinese in there, a lot of UK, some Japanese, some Italians, some Russians, Germans, a little bit of everybody except the Americans. Alright, so first things first, Germany walked in basically and took Leningrad and has consolidated their forces in the Baltic states in Leningrad. They took Bessarabia, wiping out the Russian units I had there, and then built more units in Berlin, congregated their air force there, and reinforced Gibraltar. They also took El Alamein from the British, the 4 infantry he had airdropped there previously. They walked in, and as you can see, something happened. I'll touch back on that in a moment. So right now, this is what the Eastern Front against Russia is looking like. So as a touch-up, not a touch-up, a recap of the tech, sorry. Here's what we're at with the development this turn. So Germany has self-propelled artillery still. Japan has improved shipyards. The US and UK decided to develop another tech. So we will reveal that shortly. ANZAC and Commonwealth, or Canada, they got improved shipyards as well. So we got 3 powers, US, Japan, and ANZAC Canada, with improved shipyards. Again, the UK has jet fighters, and Russia also self-propelled artillery. And the Axis are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 victory points right now. All cities. Let's see. So yeah, that's what it's looking like with Germany. Russia beefing up over here as much as they can. Moved a factory from Archangel to Vologda. Units congregated back into Amur on the Far East front. Russia and Japan are still not at war, so these Mongolian units are still in limbo. From there, Japan further took China, walked into a bunch of territories there, and attacked Brits in Guangxi. Side note, because they sound all very similar on the phone, so we've changed the names of these 3 territories to Mo, Larry, and Curly. just so we're not confusing each other over the phone. Yeah, so Japan is congregating in the homeland, building forces in Shantung and Manchuria, and pushing units down to India and congregating their naval force. Outside of that, there wasn't much activity with Japan. The US, with its air force, went to Malaya. All this stuff that I have in Sumatra, that's actually in Malaya. The Brits did take Sumatra, but that infantry is the only thing that's there. I just am too lazy to chip out aircraft. I don't really like to chip out aircraft. So anyway, that's what happened there. They did take French Indochina finally. That's Japan. So sorry, I'm bouncing around a little bit. U.S. fortified Malaya. They also took Java, Celebes, and left their navy down here. This is what's on the east coast, the west coast. The east coast is shaping up for a doozy of a fleet. Built a bunch of transports, ground units, and so on and so forth. And then those units were from the west coast there, then 89. Then let's see. All right, so here. Oh yeah, the U.S. also took the Philippines back. He left the Philippines wide open, so he went ahead and took it. We expect we will be losing all these transports. These transports will probably be suicided, so we'll see. Then China decided to. There was a big force in Kwaichou up here, this territory, Kwaichou, and China did a suicide charge. The horde of China attacked Kwaichou. He didn't get as many hits as he wanted to. They still have a AAA. The idea was that they would get a bunch of hits and then the UK units would go in and finish him off because he moved most of his air force to Anhui. Well, that didn't really work, so that's what the Chinese were left alive. 3 new units got placed in Yan'an, and then the UK took Szechuan and eliminated the forces that were there, which was 3 infantry and a mech. Let's see. So yeah, China, other than those 3 infantry, China's wiped off the board, and China just has these 2 territories right now. For the UK did what I called Operation Rising Pharaoh, and moved in, destroyed that destroyer in '98, wiped it off the map with a target select, and then built a minor factory and an air base in Egypt, in Cairo. I also took El Alamein back, had 3 units left over, which the Italians then eliminated, losing 1 unit in the process. Italy then congregated their fleet, now that I have this massive thing here, and also an airbase so we can scramble some planes. They moved back to 97 up there, leaving subs and placing a destroyer in 95 right here. Then this fighter engaged in this combat, so he flew to Tunisia. The other fighter that was there, he flew up that along with the bomber to Western Germany. So that is what Italy's doing right now. Italy also sent a few units to Berlin, railing them up there. And yeah, that's what Italy's doing. Anzac. Canada, I'll go to Canada first. Canada, having improved shipyards, well, no, Canada didn't take advantage of it other than buying this transport and a few ground units. Canada had some navy that they moved down to here, so these guys are still on this transport. Right now it's just a matter of time for Argentina and Chile to flip, so Canada's getting ready to do that, to take care of business down there once the time arises. And then we have some more Canadian units down here in 88. Anzac, having improved shipyards, taking advantage of that, has bought a battleship. Wahoo! So they no longer need a shipyards thing on the table. They can build any kind of capital ship. So all this stuff is congregated in here, even that sub. All this stuff is in that sea zone. They still got Dutch New Guinea and all their original territories. They still got Malaya. So Anzac has got healthy NOs. But will it all matter? We have 3 rounds left. Well, at least three rounds. We might go more, depending on the victory conditions and how they're looking. But this is where we're at right now. France just fortified that and fortified that, and that unit stayed there. Those are the only 3 French units that can really move, besides the 2 guys up there, which have stayed put. Once again, I am UK. I'm also Russia and France. Rick is America, China, and Anzac, and Mike is the Axis. So that is where our game is looking like right now. It's pretty healthy overall. A lot of fun we're having. Quite a bit of chaos happening. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then the Soviet subs also moved, disrupting the convoy in 125. And yeah, that is where it's looking like right now. So stay tuned for the next round, and we'll get some dice rolling. Let's hope we roll it better and another China suicide doesn't happen.